Hey friends, what's up? Philip here with Points of Phillip, and I'm here because, well, there's something that you need to know, and there's something that you need to know now. So the American Express Business Platinum Card has some higher sign-up bonus opportunities that, well, could be going away soon. So let's get into it. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Doing that helps me and YouTube know that what I'm doing is helpful for you guys, and that in turn helps more people to view this content. So I really appreciate it. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the Business Platinum Card. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Extra wallets. This is Extra Wallet Pro. I really like it for the leather. It's very soft leather. It has a lot of really good compartments. There's a pocket back here for the card finder. And then there's a couple of pockets here that I use for cash. And then more importantly, there's this handy dandy little mechanism that shows all of your cards. And so the cards that I'm going to pull out of my wallet and talk to you about today are the American Express Business Platinum Card and then the American Express Blue Business Plus. So now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and put this wallet off to the side. But if you are interested in getting a extra wallet, there is a link in the description below that will get you 10% off if you make any purchase. So anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's get into the American Express Business Card, Business Platinum Card, and what you need to know in order to get those higher sign-up bonuses. So according to Dr. Credit, there are 3 current sign-up bonuses for the Business Platinum Card. I'm going to go through each 3, starting with the public offer, which is the lowest offer, but there's some 2 other offers that, well, could be very interesting. So the lowest offer, the public offer, is going to be for 150,000 membership reward points after spending $20,000 over the course of 3 months. Now, this one has a special interesting offer that is where you get $500 back after you spend $2,500 in airfare over those 3 months. Now, that $2,500 in airfare presumably can be included in that $20,000 in spend. So this is an interesting offer. Now, it may not be completely worth it for you guys if you, for $20,000, $150,000 in spend is not too terribly compelling. It certainly seems to be maybe more compelling than the $30,000 in spend that the Chase Sapphire Reserve requires for 200,000 points. But let's take a look at these 2 other offers and how you can get it. So according to the Doctor of Credit, if you use a referral link, P.S. there's one in the description below for this card, and you check the referral link, see if you're targeted for either of these 2 offers, or if you're not, you can copy and paste that link into an incognito browser and see if you're able to trigger that offer that way. So let's get into these 2 offers now. So the first one of the 2 targeted ones is a 200,000 point offer after spending $20,000 in spend over 3 months. And that also comes with that $500 in cash back after spending on airfare. Now, that one's interesting, and honestly, that would probably be enough for me to trigger, getting this card. But there's another offer that is, well, significantly higher, and that's going to be for 250,000 membership rewards points after spending $20,000 in 3 months, and that also comes with that same $500 cash back after that airfare purchase in that same 3 months. And so this is very similar to the offer that actually got this card in my wallet. So I was targeted specifically for a $250,000 point offer after spending $20,000 over 3 months. And well, I was targeted for that offer very shortly after I learned that I would have to spend roughly around $20,000 to $21,000 in taxes for this year. And so I decided that I would go ahead and get this card, pay for it. So I applied for this card on a Tuesday, got this card on a Thursday, paid my taxes on Friday, and then I got my bonus the following Monday. So within a week's time of even getting targeted for this offer, well, I had all those points in my account. So now the important thing you need to know is these targeted offers are set to expire, according to the Doctor of Credit, at the end of June. So June 30th, these offers are set to expire. Now, it's possible they could come back, but there's some interesting other news that could kind of indicate this might be the right time for a Business Platinum card. And the fact is that first of all, American Express has acknowledged that the annual fee is going to be increased on both the Personal Platinum and the Business Platinum card sometime this fall. And so honestly, if we know that there's a really kind of all-time high sign-up bonus for this card, and we're able to acquire that bonus at the current annual fee, and then it's possible we could still get the benefits after the annual fee increases and there's more benefits presumably, then this might just be the right time to do this. So basically, it's rumored that the new annual fee on the personal card and the business card will be $895, up from $695, so that's going to be a $200 increase. So that's important. Now, why would you want to hold this card? Let's get into everything, and we can talk about what's good, what's bad, and what could be helpful for some people. So this card, first of all, is $695, as I've said previously, and this card earns in some interesting ways, and some ways that are different from the personal platinum card. So the business platinum card earns 5 points per dollar on airfare in hotels, but they have to be booked explicitly through the American Express portal. Now, the personal platinum card gets a 5-point multiplier on airfare, but that's wide open. It can be airfare paid directly through, airline companies, things like that. And so that's important to note. So if you're going to use airfare for your business platinum, you do need to use the American Express portal. Now, one thing that really is kind of this untold superpower of this card is that you get 1.5x multipliers on large business purchases over $5,000. Now, it also can be applied to business purchases made with some retailers, like office supply stores, or for like Lowe's or Home Depot, something like that. Your mileage may vary. Now, the reason why that's kind of an interesting multiplier and an interesting superpower is because, so first of all, we're going to talk about the Blue Business Plus. Now, this one gets 2 points per dollar on everything, but it has a cap. It has a cap of $50,000 in spend over that time period, over a year, right? And so this one gets 1.5x on large purchases and business-related purchases, and it's uncapped, right? So this could very easily, depending on how much business or how much spend your business does, could really benefit you in a more significant way than any other business card. For example, my $20,000 tax fee, I was able to actually get 30,000 membership rewards points on top of that. So I got the 250,000 sign up bonus, and then I got 30,000 points. So basically, within the first month, before I spent anything else on this card, I was able to get 280,000 points just added to my membership rewards count. And well, that's kind of insane. Okay. Let's get into some other things that you might like about this card. So this card also gets access to that $200 airline incidental credit that American Express offers. Now, for this offer, you do have to actually select an airline from a very small domestic list. But once you do that, you can actually redeem your points in the portal for flights with that specific carrier, and you get a 35% point rebate. And essentially what that means is you can increase the value of your membership rewards points when you're redeeming points for tickets with that selected carrier that you use. And this was kind of refined a little bit. Before, it was, if you wanted to book economy, it had to be just with that carrier. But for premium cabins, it could be with any carrier and it would still get that boost. However, that's been changed to just being for the carrier that you select for that credit. Now, you also have some other credits. So you have a $50 Hilton credit each quarter. Now, you do have to sign up for Hilton for Business, which requires an email domain. But it has been very easy to use. It's very similar to the Hilton Surpass credits, things like that. All right, you also get access to lounges. So the American Express Platinum Card and the Business Platinum Card are kind of the GOAT as far as lounge access is concerned. You get access to the Centurion lounges, you get access to the Sky Club lounges, you get access to basically Priority Pass. You also get access to Lufthansa lounges if you're flying with Lufthansa. And then you also get access to Marriott Gold and Hilton Gold status. And so that's going to be, the Hilton Gold is going to be much better because that gets you the food and beverage credit, which, is really great because when you're on a business trip and you sign up to, check into a hotel late, maybe you just want to get room service, that can be covered with that credit. And then anyway, you get a fee credit for global entry or TSA PreCheck. In addition to Clear, having both is really kind of insane. As someone who flies out of Orlando, having both and being able to nearly guarantee sub 10-minute security times at nearly all hours is, well, pretty helpful. So anyway, that's that. Now, there are a number of other credits, and we'll get into that now. So, and they could be important to you. They could not be. So there is a Dell credit. The current existing credit until the end of June is $200 back each, so every 6 months, so $400 back off the top. But that's changing to be $100 each year, and then essentially, basically, you get up to $1,000 back if you spend, I think it's $5,000 in purchases with Dell. And so that's going to be interesting. That could be helpful for you guys. It could not be, right? Another thing that's kind of dubious in its helpfulness is an Indeed credit. So you get $360 total with Indeed, and that gets $90 quarterly for anything you do for Indeed, which, is for hiring. So again, I don't use it. You probably won't either, but it's there. Adobe is kind of changing too. There currently is a $150 back credit for purchases of Adobe with Business. However, now that's going to be changing to where if you spend, I think it's like $650, then you get that credit off any purchases, which is a little bit more helpful for people who maybe are just using general Adobe services instead of the business subscriptions. Now, you also get access to a $120 statement credit for wireless providers, and that comes in the form of $10 a month. And so basically all you have to do, pay your wireless bill with this card, and you get $10 off that each month. And that can be helpful for you guys. So that's kind of the ins and outs of this card. It is going to be changing soon, so that's important to note as well. So you don't really know, what the new credits are going to be. We know what some new credits are, but presumably there will be some either added or kind of tinkered with by the time the annual fee increases next fall. But anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Again, I just want to remind you guys that if you are interested in getting this card, there is a referral link in the description below. I appreciate it if you use that, and hopefully you're able to get that 250,000 point offer. But also, if you're interested in getting an extra wallet, that link is also going to be available to get you 10% off any purchase. And that's on top of any other discounts that the store is running as well. At least that's what I'm told. So that's important to note as well. And then also, I have channel memberships I'd love for you to join as well. That information will also be available in the description. Thanks so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you guys until next time.